Hey there, fam. How's it going? And welcome to a very special episode of a motivational talk. Yeah, it's not really Wednesday, it's not Monday, but I want to go and give you this motivational, just a little talk today, because it was something that has been going on in my life, something that I wanted to apply, to everybody else, because I know maybe, in our own different ways, we can all relate to this part. And, doing all different things all at once, it's great, right? If you're in different ministries, different jobs and like different projects, if you're like a creative, or if you're working a lot of hours, whatever you might be doing, right? Whatever you might be doing, and a lot of, obviously for God's glory. We have to remind ourselves that we have to make room for God, right? There's a song that goes, I will make room for you. And, maybe not you, but I know myself, there have been times where I have to really think and like plan it out in the sense of, yes, I'm working. Yes, I'm doing this. Yes, I'm doing that. I'm in this. I'm in that. I'm involved in so many different things. But am I making time for God? Am I making room for God? And I'm not talking about just a quick little here's a quick, 5-6 minute, 5-6 minute like prayer and like that's it. And like it's kind of like kind of halfway done because I'm like busy doing it. No. Obviously, I always say that, start your day off with God, and whether you're driving in the shower, whatever, but find a day, right? Even if it's like an hour in your busy week, you get, other than Sunday, obviously, because Sunday you go to church, hopefully if you can, but find a time where it can just be you and God. Yeah, because before all this, he was still there. Right? Before you got that new job, before you got that new promotion, before you went and got married, before you got that boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever it was, right? Before you had kids, all that, God was still with you. Remember that time when it's just you and God? Right? I talked about that before. Remember when it was just, that intimate moment and you'd make so much time. But Rodz, you understand, man? Like I'm doing everything. Like I gotta pay some bills. I gotta make some moves. You have new companies, I have new clients, I have new whatever. That's all great. And I'm not saying to to stop that. Obviously, do it in moderation, which, you want to do everything, get your fullest potential. Don't take something on that, for a fact you can't do. I'm not saying that you can't physically do, because obviously God will enable you to do all these things. But if you know that if you were to pick up 3 more clients, you won't be able to give them quality service. Or if you know that if you were to pick up, an extra day at your job or whatever, it's gonna make you, miss out, on your kid's graduation, on a date night with, your spouse or your significant other, right? Like, let's think smartly about it. Like, let's put this all together. Think smartly. Think, be smart about it. Think wisely. That's a better word I want to say. Because if we don't know how to organize ourselves, I know that's something that God's been working on me definitely, with these next moves, is to stay organized. Yeah? Because you asked for this. And I remember that's what the conversation I had with God. And I was like, oh God, I'm doing a lot of different things and it's great. I'm happy for it, but it's a lot of stuff. And he reminded me, he's like, but you asked for this, right? You asked to go to this next level. You asked to make this next move. So there's certain things that come along with that, right? There's more responsibilities, there's more things to do. And it's something I was like, that's true, right? And I've gotten better at it. Obviously, I'm not saying that like overwhelmed like that. It was something that when I took that first step, one of the biggest things I was like, Lord, give me clarity, give me discernment, and give me organization to know what to do, right? Because all these things can be great. All these things are, phenomenal, and they help me grow, and it's super awesome. But we also can't forget that this is important, right? I use this as an example, right? I go and want to make videos for you guys, and to share with you guys. And I made a commitment to myself before I got this busy, before I got, with all these different things, that I was like, hey, I'm going to do a video. I used to have one video a week, to share with the fam, to do this and that. Well, what if I start going like, well, I can miss this week because I have all this extra work. Well, no, you just got to plan it out better, right? Maybe you have to stay a little later. Maybe you have to wake up a little earlier. Maybe you have to, not watch that TV show. Maybe you have to, not go and, go out with those people, for the couple of hours. Maybe you got to stay home, lock it in, order some Chinese food, some pizza, whatever, and just lock in for the rest of the evening. Yeah? I'm using these examples because that's what I've done for myself. I'm like, hey guys, I can't go out tonight. Hey, you know what? I can't, I want to finish that, that series and it looks really good, but I have to do this first. Yeah? Because if I don't do that, then I can't make room for this. And this needs to be important. I'm using this as an example of like me talking with you guys, but your time with your family, your time with your devotional time, your time with God is very, very important, right? And there's a verse here that says it, then speaks it so perfectly. And it's in Matthew 16:26. And it says, what good will it be for someone to gain the world, yet forfeit their soul? Or what can anyone give in exchange for their soul? Right? You could be the richest person in the world. You could have, all the assets. You could have the biggest company, be doing so well. Have just everything on paper looks phenomenal. But if you don't have Christ in your life, if you don't have God guiding you, if you don't have God showing you what you need to do, what good is that? Right? That's like you see like those people all the time, like, businessmen and women, or just other people like, entrepreneurs or doctors or whatever kind of like job you have, that they're workaholics, right? And they're like, oh man, but I'm the top seller, I'm the top this, I'm the top that, my job. But your home life's messed up. Yeah? Or your marriage is jacked up, or you hardly see your kids, or your spiritual life is all messed up. These are all things that, is it worth it? Right? God was able to provide for you when you didn't have all that. You think he can provide for you now? But we have to let him. We have to allow him to be like, all right, God, you know what? Keep guiding me. And this is a lot of stuff. And I know that, you give this to me and it's great stuff for me. And I know I'm going to make big moves and be, an influence to other people. It's solid. Show me how I can organize myself and get better to do this. Right? Sometimes you got to say no. That's another thing I remember that God put in my heart. Sometimes you got to say no. Oh man, God, but this isn't that. Cool. You have to say no to this. Because if you don't, it's going to bleed into this. Let's say, we'll put some simple things. Finances. Lord, but if I pick up this extra overtime, man, that's a lot more money. Cool, but you're going to miss that marriage retreat. Lord, but if I go in, I picked up an extra client, I can do this, this, and that. Cool, but then you're going to miss out, on that service you wanted to watch, right? That you said you go and help lead that, that Bible group, that spirit, that book group, whatever. There's certain things that, is it worth the exchange? Right? And in business terms, it's the ROI, the return on interest, on investment. I've been investing all this time into this, but what am I getting back? What? Oh, cool, I finished it. Cool, I got money, but now you missed out on this. Now you missed out on that. Now you're getting further and further away from God. All God wants to do is guide you, if you let him. Yeah? That's what I just wanted to drop off with you guys, because it is so crucial in our lives to stay organized, to stay focused on God, to ask for his discernment and his clarity, that if we do that and allow him to guide us, the rest just falls in line. Yeah? I love you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of these talks. I'll love you guys. See you next week. Stay safe, and as always, make it the best day ever.